Alrighty, another year. Welcome to Watching with Styles. Hope everybody's having a great holiday long weekend. I'm going to try to keep this thing as short as possible. I know I get a little long winded at times. I remember someone last year just popped in my head that wanted me to do more O line stuff. One thing I pride myself on is not stepping outside of my lane. Even though I know a little bit about line work, I don't know enough to really break it down. So I will do my best with that, but my specialty is all those skill positions. Linebackers to safeties to corners to receivers to running back. Things that I've played in my life. And been quarterback for so long, I had to know everything, kind of what the O line had to do, but not in depth. So I will say this, man. This first game, I was actually at a wedding, so I didn't see it. I'm glad I didn't because I think I would have been pissed watching the first time. But after hearing all the belly aching, I think I watched it with a different perspective the first time, and it's not as bad as people think. We look at our first offensive drive, we pretty much dominated the line of scrimmage. It's when Miami of Ohio start running games that really got us in trouble. Defensively, it's like every freaking game you watch. First drive, defenses give up shit. There's a lot of reasons why. Offense, scouting report isn't really valuable sometimes because offense script their plays and they might deviate from what they normally do and they catch you on some stuff. Sometimes defense plays a little more conservative, a little more vanilla, and offense can get you. I'm gonna say one thing: this Gabbert kid is pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good, and he caught us in some coverages that they got us in some coverage beaters, and he completed some long ass out routes consistently. So let's get into it. I think I've talked too long already. First series, first play. Now, I'm going to be honest with you because that's what I do. We do that on the locker too, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I really don't think Justin Rogers is our anchor. In this 3-4, you need a true anchor. And he's not going to get double teamed. And he gets stalemated. He's going backwards. Don't like to point out people, but he's going backwards. I think Josiah and maybe Dion Walker there may be our better options. But we played this pretty well, and I stopped it right at the perfect point. Look at that hold, man. Look at that. That is blatant. That's a blatant hold. Give me those 10 yards. Give me those. Then it's 2nd and 20 instead of 2nd and 10. as I said, this is the kind of stuff that defenses just have to give up. And I know I think I did this once before, but I'm going to do it again just to make it simple for people. In defense, there's always 6 zones. And these are not perfectly drawn because the perspective is a little screwed up. But there's 6 underneath zones and there's 3 deep zones, okay? If you count that, that's 9, right? So we got 9 zones, right? We rushing 4, right? And we got 11 people on the field. And we rushing 4. So we got 7 people to play 9 zones. So some zone is going to be open. And if we're running any kind of 3-high defense with corner in that deep third, I'll put these back. Got a safety in that deep third and this corner deep third. That means we only got 5 guys underneath, right? I said 5. I mean 4 guys underneath. 4 guys underneath playing 6 zones. And what you do, you give up typically the flat routes because they are very hard to throw. He's on the hash. Just say it's not exactly, but let's say it's do it all the time. Since the first game, let's do this. I'm an engineering guy, so I love math. That ball is completed right there, right? It's going to be completed outside the numbers, actually. Thrown outside the numbers. So just think about this. We all know simple math. Let me do a little better. For instance, that's a 10-yard linear throw, but now we got to go all the way out. And that's the field is 53 1/3. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to get into the detail. Let's say to the hash, to the other side of the field is 30. So 10 squared, 3 squared, that is a long throw. You can go 1, 3 squared, so that's 9, 10. So that's a long throw, right? Square root of 10 is 20 something. It's like a 24-ish yard throw, but it's only 10-yard gain. That's a long throw. But we try to force them to throw it out here as we minimize the easy throws in the middle of the field. So we gave up a lot of these. He didn't complete that one. But they also ran these beaters, right? If one goes vertical, that corner's got to respect this guy going vertical. So he can't sit down on this. The reason why he can't sit down on this is what if this guy ran a corner route? So I know a lot of times fans, oh, we're too soft. That's the logic of the defense. And if they kill you with that, you change your coverage. You change your coverage where that zone isn't your weakness. I think as a whole, our defense played pretty well. This is big time play by Jones. Read the pulling guard, comes up. Now he doesn't have contain necessarily. Contain should be a forward, so he's gonna spill it, which means he doesn't have to keep his outside shoulder free because he's got contain here. So he can spill it. He wants to run it back to have to, at worst, bounce. Okay? But what he does even better is not only does he spill it, he takes on 2 linemen. And he's been held. And what that does is it allows Square to get free because now this lineman sees color and they have to put 2 guys on one where normally he would probably come in and seal here. But because of that, he let Square go untouched. Great tackle. If he doesn't trip, I think it's even better. But he tripped over a defensive lineman. Again, this is the same thing. It's tough. Now, like I've said before, I can't see the whole field, so I don't know exactly where coverage, but I'm guessing they're in three high, some type of three high, maybe some type of, can't see the safeties. So I'm going to say they're in three high because that's a nickelback. So, and that's the other safety. Geiger is another safety, and that's the nickel. They could have something where he's locked. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I can't see the whole thing, but he is definitely playing. No, he's not. He's zoned up. So again, we're giving up this flat. Now, the only thing possible, and I'm not sure how, again, like I said, I'm not sure how they game plan, but as a corner, with this tight split, he's trying to get him room, give himself room for an out route. I would play that. The other thing I don't like is I don't like guys who get into this shuffle bell when he's already almost 10 yards off of the receiver. Why not stay in the pedal? Stay in the pedal, eyes on quarterback. Right now, you should be breaking. You should be breaking on the ball. Like I said, though, you're going to give that up. If you could have done it at both times, you saw right here, the quarterback front hand is off the ball. Phillips should be breaking. He should be breaking now, and he took another step. He should have stopped right there, and he took another two. Easy pitch and catch. But like I've said many times, you make the offense snap the ball, continually snap the ball. They're not going to have a whole game of 15 play drives. It's impossible. Weaver needs to get his head back on the quarterback. He's a little lackadaisical getting on this drop. That's a good route. That's a good fit. Now we just got to try to separate that ball. Club that ball down. Club, club, club. Or either make him not want to catch that ball again. This is a great play by Geiger. Sets the edge, sets the edge, sets the edge. Good job by Phillips coming up. This is a really good play. For really, what, a 1 yard, I guess they call it 2 yard gain. Gotta come. Valentine, we gotta come. Come. Not bad. That's about a yard too much, but they play good defense. That's something Will's got to get better at, is checking it down a little bit faster. I highlighted this play already. This is a big time play by Favre. And I've said it, for a guy who is a defensive back, to get this close to the line of scrimmage and to naturally dissect this, because I promise you, he doesn't know exactly what to do. Like this guy knows. because we're slanting, look like we're slanting, right? At least that tackle slant. So now that means if we slant, he's going to have backside gap. And for Fari to defeat that tight end, to shed him, and to get back in the tackle is pretty damn impressive for a freshman. I don't know how many 18 and 19-year-olds could handle that. I really don't. That's really damn good for a guy who, I don't know how much damn nickelback he played in high school. I'm sure he probably played more safety and corner than he played down the box. I guess depending on whom they were playing. Oh, I'm going to have this same issue again. So if you guys know, they haven't found a better software, but I might have to find one that allows me to not freeze up. Give me a. But as I was saying, for a freshman, a true freshman, to play that well, that close to the line of scrimmage, it's like a play later on this series where you put Weaver in inside linebacker position, and he's not used to it, and he gets caught because he's not used to seeing those reads, and he didn't react fast enough, and they scored a touchdown on him. So for this freshman to adjust and be ready for prime time is impressive. I don't take that lightly because I was 17 years old when I got to college, and I'm telling you, the game was different. The speed was a whole lot faster than what I was accustomed to. And I was playing safety and corner. So for him to play that close to the line of scrimmage and everything happens that much faster is impressive. I'm going to try to get to this without going too far. But defensively, we had third down on this drive, and we didn't get off the field. That's a problem. We got to find a way to get off the field on third down. And we can't do this next week in a swamp. When we get a third down and more than 5, we got to get off the field. We just have to. Very impressive play by the freshman, man. 3rd and 5, we got to get off the field. We got to get off the field. And this is hard for some DBs, and I'm coaching high school this year, and I try to get we play, I guess, more dime. I try to get my outside linebackers to understand you can't run around a block. You got to press that block straight back as much as you can. You cannot deviate too far this way from where you started, because what happens is it makes these guys run 2 to 3 yards further than if you just press the guy back. Watch this. Phillips was on the hash, and now he's probably about, let's say, 3 yards, 2 yards outside the hash. Now watch this. Let's watch if Jones didn't have to run that extra 2 yards. So he runs around the block. Just imagine if he was right here. Now, the running back have to make a decision. He's either going to have to bounce it, which now we got a corner who's field replacing secondary. So if we press this guy back on the hash, I don't think he gets to 5 yards. Imagine if he was inside the hash, and look at these big boys running, and it would have been an easier job for for Jones. But the thing about it is, look how close Dion and I think that might be Ripka is to him if he's on the hash. That's just a little thing. You cannot run around blocks. It gives him just an extra, just on this level, the extra yard of width can be 5 extra yards. And that's what it turned into. We allow him to run outside the hash and made everybody run further and they couldn't get to him. If he pressed that tight end straight backwards, we got a better chance of preventing this first down. And that's a first down that leads to a freaking touchdown or 4th and 1. And they get the sneak. But that it should have been 4th and 2 or 3. We did a very poor job of containing. And that's the one thing that scares me next week is who has contained right here. Are we running a game and we didn't get the call between these two guys? We got a guy in at one tech and it looks like Dion is over the tackle. Let's say he's a 1-3. We have no contain because Weaver drops in coverage. I don't know if Roger's supposed to twist around, but we cannot do this against Anthony Richardson. He's going to kill us. We got to handle our assignment. So this is a play where, here's the deal for me. I think I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get their 4 best linebackers on the field. And since Wallace, I don't know what happened to Wallace when he's hurt. He's part of that suspension group. But we got Weaver, Derek Jackson, Jones, and Square. These 2 guys are the ones that normally play in these 2 spots. Now, watch what happens. Now, Square is trying to make an adjustment from the outside linebacker spot. Now, here's the deal. Now, you got your 2, Mike and Will, playing Jack and outside linebacker. And you got 1 backup inside linebacker and 1 guy who normally got his hand in the ground or normally he's right here. This guy is not used to reading from this position. Now, let me show you. Look, he is on the 17-yard line and he doesn't move. He stays there the whole time, which makes this block right here a lot easier. Now, if he would have came downhill and stuff, watch, there's nowhere to run. But he makes the running lane. He comes and stuffs this guy right here. All the other gaps are occupied. But he's not used to that. See how it just opens up just the levels. We got 2 different levels and it creates a seam. If there is 1 level and that big guard is there, the running back has nowhere to run. And that's 6. And I'm going to say for me, that's on the coaches because they trying stuff. It's week 1. Hey, let me just try. Let's see if Weaver can handle this position or this challenge. But see how he doesn't step up? And now also, we can't get washed all the way fucking down the line of scrimmage. We can't get washed all the way to the damn sideline. But Weaver needs to come up. Press that hole, stuff it. I'm going to go quicker, guys, because it's 9:30 almost. And we're only going through the first series. This is, to me, Will's best throw. And to me, it's not even close. It's just the simple touch on the ball. And he's rolling left. This is he makes this throw look easy, but this is hard as hell. To make this throw, that's what? 15 yards? Linear 15 yards, probably more like an 18-yard throw, almost 20, on the money, and allow his playmaker to continue to make a play and not have to turn back and maybe get tackled for a 10-yard gain. Instead, it turns into 40 plus. That is a big time throw that he made look easy. Now, here's the deal. As long as Miami, Ohio didn't stunt, we pretty much manhandled them. Pretty much just manhandled them. The problem is there's always one block that we miss. And I guarantee you, Baron Brown was supposed to get this guy and seal him. But he went to here. Yeah, if he gets him, we don't get a little tripped up. That's a good run. Look, we ran the ball. The running backs, I think, got 18 carries, guys. I don't know what you expect from 18 carries. That's not, you don't get in a real good rhythm with 18 carries for the whole squad. I mean, C-Rod gets 16 carries minimum. One guy. We only ran the ball 18 times. He didn't give anybody a chance to find a rhythm. I'm going to tell you, and you can't really see on this one, I'm going to tell you what's smart about Dane Key is his ability to find windows and to choke it down. I think there's a slant later where you can see it on film. See, a lot of freshmen would be full speed trying to get across. Dane ran under control, made a decent cut, but then he started choking it down because this is the window. The window is right here. He could have ran himself out of the window, but he didn't. That's the advantage of being a coach's son. Because you don't have to go full speed all the time. You got to be smart. Find the window. This is a throw that Will put too much on. He did not have to put that much sauce on it. I think it's going to bail on me again, guys. If it bail on me again, we might just have to call it a day. But like the first pass, he didn't put that much sauce on it. He didn't put that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He threw a changeup. He threw a backdoor cutter. And it makes it easier on the receiver. You don't have to bring your rocket every snap. Sometimes you got to throw a catchable ball. And his 70% is most guys' 100%. So it's not like he has to go fastball all the time. Because this wasn't fastball worthy. One thing is, he should have thrown it right now. He's there. He took 1, 2, 3 extra steps. Get it out there, let your guy make a play. This should have been a touchdown. But he put too much on it. Now this is just barbecue chicken. Put that corner under stress, easy pitch and catch. Now the defense after that initial series, they came and balled out. Got to get more push up the middle though, and we gotta have contain. We gotta contain. This is unacceptable next week because AR will kill us. Now here's the other thing that's a little unacceptable. I'm gonna let it go. Valentine's got a mid playing those two receivers. He can't hook up. There was no scramble drill. He just rolled out to me. Great play by Jones. We blitzed a little bit more than I thought we would. But Stoops doesn't like putting himself in danger. Now we didn't bring 5 or 6, but we blitzed those linebackers more than normal. Especially with the D line supposed to be one of the strengths. We bring Jones again. This is the another one. Remember I was talking about earlier on that was it a screen? Oh, Phillips ran around the block. Watch Ofori press that tight end back. This was a play that really had me go watch some other plays again. This is a play that to me is so underrated and people will not see it because it doesn't blast out to you. But for him to take on that tight end as a freshman, here's the thing, right? If he went around the block and got to outside the numbers like Phillips did, watch what number 8 is trying to do. He's trying to go outside. If he was able to get to the hash and then cut up the field, Jones wouldn't have been able to make this tackle. Jones wouldn't make this tackle because that's about 3 to 4 yards away from where he is, and he's stumbling. He wouldn't have made that tackle, right? If this guy's able to get outside the numbers, he just wouldn't have made it. But since Ofori didn't let number 80 press him outside the hash, it makes this alley smaller. He has contained, keeps his outside arm free, shows color. Now that kid's got to do something. He's got to cut because he know coach tells him if I try to bounce it and he comes and tackles me and I lose 3 yards, that's no good. Get what you can get. That's a great play. That play was made by number 3. That play is made by number 3. If number 3 is outside of the frame of this image, this guy can cut it up and at least get a yard or 2, maybe 3. Because looks like we overrun instead of staying inside out. Look like he's overrunning it. And if he cuts up, Geiger, he cuts up on Geiger, that would be a hard tackle for him. 3rd and 10, we got to get off the field. Got to get off the field. Got to get off the field. The great thing that I see here is I don't see anybody in the frame because it's 3rd and 10. So we should be playing the sticks, which should be about pass here. And there's nobody in the frame. That's great. Now we got to come up and make a tackle. Good job. Just get him down. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just get his ass down. Now, I'm shocked Will underthrew this, but this is the crazy part. But look how easy he's going to throw pretty much a 50-yard pass. That is a 50-yard throw in the air. And watch how he just flicks it. I'm surprised, knowing how much speed Barion Brown has, that he didn't put a little bit more on this. Just watch the flick. That's not a full throw. That is, ooh, I don't want to overthrow him. I think now with these guys he has, I think he's gonna have to do a little bit extra. These offensive linemen got to put their hat on somebody. You just ran too far down the field. Again, this is the little things that, for me, was the reason why we were not as successful Cox has got to choke it down to get that block on this guy. If we get the block on that guy, look at the run lane. Look at that hole. That is a big hole. One guy made a mistake, didn't make his block on this guy, and that guy makes the tackle. It's weird how that works. That guy makes the tackle. If he doesn't make the tackle, Smoke at least gets 10. Same thing here. I know I did this on the cut up, so I'm not going to spend too much time. I know offensive linemen are supposed to pull and look inside. They're supposed to look inside. First color appear, you're supposed to get them. First non-blue jersey appear, you're supposed to get them. Guess who makes the tackle? Listen. This Smoke is still running. Because I say this all the time. Me and Anthony White said this on the locker Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One guy better not tackle an SEC running back by himself. He better not out in space. If Wiley would have been back here eliminating this guy, it would have been Smoke and that DB one-on-one, mano-a-mano. If Smoke can't make a miss, he's not an SEC running back. So he at least gets 10 more yards. That's how close we were on the run game. Man, it was bad to see Jefferson get hurt on this play because this was a guy that I really wanted to see. Now, I'm just gonna be picky. I would have rather him go right here, get that guy in the phone booth. Because we are pushing guys outside. He ran. The easiest thing to do, well, like with Pee Wee football, is you run to the butt of your lineman. We got a cheek here and we got a cheek here. You hit that thing right there and you one-on-one with that guy. Like I said earlier, a running back in the SEC should make one guy miss. And there he went. He had 3 guys tackle him on that knee or 2 guys on the knee, and now he might be out this week. Got to stay on. We did not do a great job of staying on blocks. I know he didn't make the tackle, but man, stay on blocks. Good run by Dingle. I don't know. Is anybody as shocked as me that we threw this ball over 30 times? I think Will had 30 attempts, but he also had some sacks, like 4 sacks or something. And I think he ran another 3, so we really dropped back like almost close to 40 times. That's crazy for us. I'm gonna say this. I don't think you forget Wan'Dale, but Tavion proved that he is a damn good receiver. And the crazy part about it is last name is Robinson. So we go from one Robinson to the next, and I'm just saying, man, he's a damn good receiver, and he's a better punt returner than Wan'Dale. So that was a fine, man. That was a big fine. Stay on blocks. Stay on blocks. We whiff here. And I don't know backside. See that? We whiff there. We whiff on this guy. You can let this guy kick our ass. That's just it. If that doesn't happen, let's say we block one of them. Let's say we block 10. Block 10. I think that's Jatan. I think Jatan makes this guy miss. Let's say we block him. I mean, what I say, we let 10 go. Let's say we block him. Let's say we block both of them. Jatan is still running. Do you see another white jersey or helmet in the picture? If we handle those two blocks, look at that. There is nothing there. There is no white helmet. There's no white jersey. There's nothing there. We gotta block better. That's it. And that right there was just mano, just getting our ass whipped. That wasn't even like a game. He's got to get it to Smoke right now. He's got to give it to him right now. We can't take these hits. We need you more than anyone else offensively. Get the ball out of your hands. You rolling to the right now. Get it to him. That's easy first down. The worst part about it is not only the first down, it might be a touchdown because they are in man to man. There's no eyes on you. There's no eyes on him except this guy. Get it to him. Look at that. Get it to him, and that is at worst a first down. He gets at least inside the 5. Now I know we got fortunate, got a personal foul, but this is the stuff, man. All right. There. We got hat on a hat. We got hat on a hat. The seam is right there. Only guy we can't block is this guy. If Flax blocks this guy, we got something going. It's not like he didn't get to him, but why is Flax overrunning it? I guess he got tripped. Man, if he blocks 35, Smoke can go boom, boom. And he gets at least to the 3. At worst. Damn. Now, for people who want to say this is a bad pass, this is actually a good pass. This is what quarterbacks are actually taught to do. Now, I don't know if Tavion could have sat because that's a pick route. I don't know if he could have sat, but see this guy here? If he throws him up, he's going to take his head off. So you got to protect your receiver by throwing him down so he won't get his head taken off. It might have been a little too down, but Tavion appreciates that. But look how close he is. If he's up, it's not pretty. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this thing an hour under. Okay. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to. Now, here's 2 things. He could have thrown that right there. This is the anticipation thing. He could have thrown that right there. See that? He could have thrown it. Throw it. You got to take that in the chin. But this is where could have gotten this thing out so much faster. Let your playmakers make plays. I think Jatan could have got us to the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. Get it out to him. Get it out to him. Get it to him. See that? Get it out to him in space. Get it to him in space right now. Throw the ball. Throw the ball right there. Because we don't need you to take these hits. Get the ball out your hand. I think that Jatan could have got us that. Now on this one, I think this is his worst though. Stop trying to throw it line drive. He got picked. You know that defensive player is coming inside out. All he had to do was lob it into the back corner. Yeah, Moonshine, everything. It's there. All he had to do was throw it up. He could have actually thrown it right in here. Now, I don't like this bullshit though. I don't like that. I hated that as a quarterback. You won't get another ball from me for quite some. Yeah, I'm under pressure. Ball snap low. Come on, man. Go and try to make a damn play. Now your ass is fucking pouting. And what if he would have been still running? Now defense knows right now we gotta go 3 and out because worse and worse, but we got a little field position. That's a pretty good play by Deion Walker. Stand that guy up. And I'm not sure he knew what he's supposed to have. Because he tried to go inside and he got this big tackle. Kind of stalemate him. But with that long ass arms, the tackle couldn't completely control him. That's the way to fall into that tackle. Good job, man. That's a big, massive. That is a fucking unicorn. He's a freaking freshman. Now, he's got to get off the ball better. He's walking off the ball. Got to play with his hands. Got to punch better. But watch him run, though. Watch big man run. Watch big man run. That's pretty impressive for a freshman. 3rd and 4. This is big time play. Like I say all the time, I don't think Valentine had a bad year last year. This is the thing about playing corner. And this is the shit I hate about playing corner. You play 60-some plays a game. Let's say you play 50 of them. You play 50 plays a game. And you whip your corner's ass 48 of those plays. But he beats you on 2 plays. And it looks like you had a shitty game. Bullshit. And those PI calls later on him were, one of them was garbage. The other one was questionable. See how he stayed in the pocket that time? We would have done that on the end goal play and forced that into that hook. I think we would have had 7 points. We left at minimum 11 points on the board. Minimum. This is just a jailbreak. Now, as I say all times, this group is on scholarship too. All these guys are getting their damn lunch paid for, their room and board, their books. They're going to make plays. They slanted right into the play, and we couldn't cut off this guy. But there's disruption all the way. There's disruption in this whole play. So they got us on that. But Smoke got something out of it. See, this is the thing. A lot of people see where would have done better. C-Rod wouldn't have done better with just 7 carries. Wait, let's say maybe he gets 10 more yards. Let's say that. Let's give CJ 10 more yards. But damn, Smoke had 5 yards of carry. Come on. Gotta catch that. We got to catch that. And again, there's a reason why the ball is thrown a little bit behind. Because if you throw it in front, see this guy here? He's got a chance to take his head off. He's got to make that catch. Cummins got to make that catch. And on this one, Will Will, right here, right here. Take the bunt single. Take the bunt single. Take the bunt single. Take it now. Take it. Take it. This is the throw. Take it. Now, take it. Prime example. Watch Jackson right here. Gets expanded. And now you make these two guys run further. And watch how much yards they gain. How many yards they gain. Just imagine if Jackson would have been on the hash. Y'all now think that's Ripka and Square got to go 3 more yards, 4 more yards. 4 more yards to get it. Now he's able to use his speed and get a 4-yard, 5-yard gain. That's why setting the edge is so important. It's not about you making the tackle. It's about you making the job of your other brothers easier. And if he would have came up the field instead of going lateral, it would have made that tackle easier on that back. This is why I don't like blitzing DBs. And there are some good ones. He ran himself out of the play. He's got to be able to get up to the level of the quarterback. Then if he steps up, you got to retrace back. And now he's out of it. And we got to have better pressure up the front, up the middle, to not allow him to escape right down the damn chute. We are still horrendous. We are horrendous at games on the defensive line. I don't know if we're not getting a call, but it is no way Ox is twisting and there's no one else coming for contain this way. Lots of old shit. There's a lot of old shits. There's no blue jersey on this side of hash, and we're into the boundary. There's not a blue jersey over here at all. There's not one. That's inexcusable on Valentine. Now, they didn't get snapped up fast enough. I don't know what the call was, but nobody was ready. You can see people moving. But if you're playing zone as a corner, it's no way that receiver should be outside of you by that much. No way. And there was nobody else to your side. There's no other receiver on your side of the field. See that? There's trips here. 1, 2, 3. There's just one receiver down here. I used to play it man to man almost. It's no way. It's no way. It's inexcusable. That was his bad play of the game. Everybody is allowed one play. That's a great job by Weaver on the wheel route. Good. See, when you do your job and someone has contained, and I think this is Wade, isn't it? I think that's that Jones. That is a great ass play. You can't run around blocks. It's hard. you got to press him and make the job of these two guys back here easier, because now they can fit better. When you start running around the blocks, it makes, I know I'm sound like a broken record, it makes this scene too big. Stop trying to be a hero. Do your job. That's where to run ox. He's got to throw it to, I'm not sure who the tight end, I don't know if that Bates. He needs to throw it to Bates right now. Right now. Now. He waited way too long, made a harder throw. He's got to get that ball out quicker. Trust his read. This is just a good play on their part. Nothing to see there. Just a great play. Like I said, those guys on scholarship too. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. These two linemen should be hip to hip. I do know that part. So they can pass off the games easier. Okay. I think that's Horsey. Horsey came off a little too fast, especially knowing that you got a back protector. I don't know what. Okay, he's releasing. That's unacceptable. And honestly, Smoke could have helped him out a little bit, but that's you can't let him beat you inside. That's horrible. We're almost done, guys. Trying to work on this, keeping it close to an hour. That's good work by Dion. This kid, like, just think about this. We got that kid. We got Fari. Is he in the game? We got 3. We got Trevor Wallace, who's a sophomore. We got Derek Jackson. We got Thrower. These are all young kids, man. This defense and Dion Walker. I don't think we have technically a junior on the defensive line because of COVID year. Good job, man. Like I said, we gave up one series. One series. Great job by Weaver. Good job by Geiger. 36, we got to get off the field. So the question is, so Will has a lot to learn this year to be drafted? No. Here's the crazy part. Here's the crazy part about all this, right? I think he was like 21 to 32, something like that. And a few of those were throwaways. He had some drops. Cummings had a drop. He had 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The 1 interception was totally on him. 300 yards, 65% completion percentage. I think it was like almost, it was like 8 yards a throw almost, 7 point something yards a throw. For the first game in a new system, that's pretty damn impressive. For us to be down on this game, look in the history of us playing the first game against a MAC team. This is by far the biggest spread, point differential. We have not played this first game well. At least I can remember back to 2017. I can kind of remember 2014, 2015, but definitely the 2018 was a big year. We didn't play. I think we beat Central Michigan like 35 to 20 something like that, 35 to 20. We pretty much dominated this game and just left points on the board. We should have scored in the red zone every time we got there. We just didn't. The one thing Will needs to do is just get the ball out of his hands and stop trying to push the ball down the field all the time. Knowing down and distance is huge. Good reaction. Get him on the ground. Now this is a positive. We had the ball, 2 minutes left, and we got points. That's what we need to do. Now, they are probably playing 3 high, probably playing cover 3. They're giving up the flats. They're playing cover 3. They're giving up the flats. You got to take it. You got to take it. You can't get greedy. Just take it. Take what they're giving you. That's unacceptable. You think we're going to be able to run at all without C-Rod and look, man, I'm on record. C-Rod is a really good back. He's not Barry Sanders. He's not Adrian Peterson. He's a really good back. We have a stable, really good back. Yes, I think we can be able to run it on Florida with Cavassier and Lavelle Wright and Donut if we need to, for sure. I mean, if you go back and look at the LSU game last year, Cavassier had a great game. We got great backs in the backfield, that for sure. There's no doubt. A back is only as good as his line. That's why I'm saying he's not Barry Sanders. Now, Barry Sanders can just get away with getting a -2, -2, and then hitting you for 30. We don't have that electric back. The line's got to do a better job of blocking. If we do a better job of blocking, yes, for sure. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt in my mind that we can still run without T-Rod or Ramon. This is unacceptable. Like I said, when they were not stunning, we were able to block everything. We are overextending right there. Burton is overextending. So now he can't get back to the twist because he's over his skis. And now he can't adjust quick enough. And now that's unacceptable. That's horrible. That's all they got. They got us on geez, that's bad. They got us on stunts. Their D-line started stunting and we couldn't block. When they don't stunt, like right now, when they didn't stunt, we were fine. When they stunted, we were in trouble. So, I mean, I guess one thing you can do is start sliding up the protection. This is another one of underrated little thing that Will did. He slid in the pocket, head down, the field, not at his feet. The other thing for me, now I'm not sure what are they in too high safety. Just he looks this side of the field first. Now I don't know if he's trying to deep the safety, knowing he's coming back, knowing he's gonna come back to this side of the field. I'm not sure. But if he's not, he had to go through a progression on here. Look, he went to his right, 1, 2, then he went straight to the left, slid in the pocket, and threw a pretty damn good dart. That's how you move the safeties with your eyes. That was a big ass throw. Just imagine you would have gave that to Smoke on that boot earlier. You just got to get the ball out your hands sometimes. Again, it's one block, man. One fucking block. Flax has to eliminate that guy. He has to. Watch if Flax stays on him. Look, got a hat on a hat. You got a hat coming to a hat. They on your freaking blocks. Yeah, we got to stick on our blocks a little bit longer. Dog, when he gets it out. Look how many yards Tavion got. Will is trying too much. And I know the play calls for X. But when your O-line is here, you see him coming, free right there, which I'm not going to talk. That's a simple. We got 2 guys on 1, 2 guys on 1. Come on. We got to get here. When you see him, you got to throw it. If he would have thrown it quicker, I think we could have got more out of it. Now, this is the tough one. This is the tough one. You only got 6 seconds left. So you got to throw in the end zone. But that's been nitpicky. But man, I don't know. Also, I know he's not reading his backside, but watch the receiver right there. You got a cannon. You can put that in there. Put that one right there. All right, guys and gals, that's all I got. I try to keep it. I'm an hour and 6 minutes. That's probably the best I've done in a long time. Look, the first game is a hard game. Your biggest improvement is from game 1 to game 2, or year 1 to year 2. It's always the biggest improvement from game 1 to game 2. Just remember 2018, we barely beat Central Michigan and went to the Swamp and won. We got to do, this is the first half. So all we got to do is just tighten up a little things. Now it looks like Horsey's going to move to left tackle. So I know what people are going to say. Horsey didn't do well in the Citrus Bowl, but we had to throw that lineup together at the last minute because we got some injuries in camp, and we didn't get enough time to practice with Horsey. I think Horsey's going to do okay. Plus, we can scheme up some things and help him out. So that's the end of the first half. I appreciate all you guys and girls watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same station for the second half of the Miami of Ohio